Hey folks, Nick Jennison for Thinking About Guitar, and today we're taking a look at a really exciting instrument from our friends at Baum Guitars. This is the Backwing, and this gold offset beauty is an original in-house design from the Danish guitar manufacturers in question. And what's really cool about this is not only is it a totally original shape, but Baum design all of their parts in-house, everything from the tuners to the bridge to the pickups. There are no off-the-shelf parts here apart from obvious things like pots and capacitors, but all of the hardware, the design, the neck shape, it is all unique and original. Now, this guitar is made in Indonesia, but it's QC'd and set up at the factory in Denmark. And it's really interesting the way Baum are selling these guitars, because you order them through their website, you can pre-order and you can split the payments. So you're paying a very small amount each month, and then it's shipped to you. You have 45 days to try it in your home. If you don't like it, you can send it back for a full refund. I think this is a model that we're going to see more and more guitar manufacturers adopting. Now, we'll talk more about the specifications and get nerdy about this instrument in a minute, but before we do, let's do a smattering of tones and see how our Baum Backwing handles a variety of styles. So now we've heard the Backwing played through a variety of tones, let's talk more about the specifications, and we're going to begin at the headstock. So starting here at the headstock, we have one of the things that is hardest to get right for a guitar brand, which is a new headstock shape. I think this mid-century looking headstock is absolutely beautiful. We have these long, straight string pulls, and this is the first little bit of Baum in-house design we're going to see, which is this roller string tree. Now, this improves tuning stability because this guitar is also available with the Bigsby. And what's really interesting about the Bigsby models is that they stay in tune. Now, that should be an obvious thing, but Bigsby's, man, they're not the most reliable when it comes to tuning stability. So that's a really cool thing to see. We can also get a good look at the 21:1 ratio tuner. So I'll also show you the back of the headstock very quickly. These, again, are an original Baum design, and they work absolutely beautifully. Now, this hybrid hardware of brass and nickel gives me very strong PRS vibes, and we have that same kind of smoothness and quality that we'd expect from that kind of high-end instrument, but on a guitar that came in around 1,500 euros at the time of buying, which is pretty impressive stuff. Now, the neck is roasted maple. It's a slim C shape. And if I flip it back over and show you the front, we have rosewood with a 12-inch radius, and the fret height here is a nice, comfortable medium. I measured it at around 1.25 millimeters. Now, that might not mean a lot to you, but if you're a fret nerd like me, that's an important detail. I can't get away with low frets, and 1 mil is about the smallest that I can comfortably get away with, and Baum have gone right in that sweet spot, just past 1 mil. They're a nice, good size. We have these very cool inset, I guess you could call it, or scooped out kind of block inlays. Again, very mid-century, very old school looking, something that I personally find very, very appealing. Now, if we turn our attention to the body, this is really, I'm not going to say it's the star of the show, but this is where a lot of the wow factor comes from with this guitar. It's a mahogany body with this raised center portion, which is somewhat Firebird-ish in kind of its look. I mean, it's drawing a lot of inspiration from those classic offsets like the Firebird, but we have this unique scoop here. Now, something that I'm really keen on is this line. Now, all of these lines that you'll see on this guitar are very, very beautiful. There's a real kind of design forward ethic going on here, but it's also a very well balanced instrument. There's a tiny bit of neck dive on this leg. If I was to play in the classical position, not so much, but it's a very comfortable instrument to play. It does have a little bit of difficulty with the standard guitar stand though, so you may want a neck hanger type stand to hang this up. Now, in terms of the hardware, we have an original Baum levitator bridge. Now, this is designed to work with their Bigsbys, but it also improves tuning stability with a stop tailpiece like on this model. And this is a roller bridge type design, which rocks very slightly back and forward. This is actually a good thing. It's by design that it improves tuning stability. It's also a very solid and very beautiful looking bridge too. Now, in terms of the pickups, we have a pair of gold bucker mini humbuckers. Now, these gold tone pickups are only available from Baum. They're P90 shaped, but they're mini humbuckers. Now, in terms of the mini humbucker sound, I don't know if you're familiar with these, you may or may not be because they're not super common, but they have this really beautiful high end that's a little like a good Strat pickup, but with a bit of more, I guess, a bit more low end robustness and girth and punch that you might expect from a PAF style humbucker. It's kind of a middle ground there. Don't expect these to sound 100% like PAFs. They are a little more, I guess, a little more single coily, but they're not the same as, say, for example, a Firebird pickup, which is very, very bright and very jangly by comparison. We have 500k pots, 2 volumes, 2 tones with 0.22 microfarad capacitors. That's a good choice. I like a small capacitor, especially on the bridge pickup, because it starts to introduce that kind of cocked wah kind of sound as we get down to the bottom of the pot's travel. 3-way toggle. We have no push pulls to speak of. We have the 2 pickups, which are reading 10.23 K and 8.32K, which is right in the spec of 10.5 and 8.5 quoted on the website. I'll just take a quick second and show you the back of the body very quickly. We have a bolt-on neck joint. We can see it's all solid. There's nothing going on here in terms of string through body because it's, of course, a stop tailpiece design. We have a jack mounted on the side. That is just a standard 1/4-inch jack. Now, one other thing that's very cool about this guitar is it comes preloaded with, I guess you call them Schaller style or Grover style strap locks. Now, as we mentioned, all of these guitars are set up and they're QC'd at the Danish factory. And this one came set up absolutely beautifully out of the box. It's a 25.5-inch scale, strung with Diodario 10 to 46. So very standard stuff here. The action was on the money. It measured 1.5 mil and 1.2 mil on the bass and treble sides at the 12th fret respectively, with just a sniff of relief, which is perfect for me. That's exactly how I like it. And it's nice to see that comfortable player focused action straight out of the box. This speaks to a guitar company's confidence in their QC, because it's very tempting, I guess, to set a guitar up a little bit more stiffly so you can hide any rattles, any buzzes. This speaks to Baum's confidence in their fretwork, which of course is absolutely immaculate. Even with the action this low, there's no chokes, there are no rattles, no dead spots. It's really, really dialed. And of course, the roasted maple neck is super stable, which I guess is part of why it survived the shipping from Indonesia to Denmark to my house in the northeast of England. You get the gist. Now, we've waffled a lot about this guitar. Let's do a little bit of a tour of the tones that are available. The way we're going to do this is we'll do all three positions of the pickup selector, which gives us this pickup, both pickups, then this pickup. We'll do this with a clean sound, and then we'll do it with a mid-gain gold panel British amp type sound. Then we'll do it with a high-gain American 5150 style amp. And in each of the examples, I'll play all three positions. Then we'll play with the volume control on the bridge and the neck pickup, and then we'll play with the tone control on the bridge and neck pickup and see what impact that has on our sound. But let's take a listen with a clean tone. there you go, folks. That's been a look at the Baum Backwing. It is a really, really cool looking guitar. Everybody I've showed this to has been wowed by how great it looks, but the looks are only one aspect. And if the tones and the playability didn't live up to the looks, then what's the point? But I'm pleased to say the tones are superb, as I'm sure you can hear, and the playability is absolutely world class. So this really is a triple threat when it comes to the things that we're looking for in a guitar. It looks the absolute business, sounds great, it's very versatile, admittedly perhaps leaning more towards vintage styles rather than the modern metal tones, but it does hang quite well in the metal context with that clangy bridge pickup. Also, it plays absolutely superbly, whether you're a shredder, whether you're a slide player, doesn't matter, right? Whatever your preferred playing style is, man, there is so much to be had on this very, very cool guitar. My name's Nick Jennison for Thinking About Guitar. This is the Baum Backwing. We'll see you again very soon.